Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to discuss some problems practice for the linear differential equation of first order. We have already learned about linear differential equation of first order, and now there is some problems for practice, and this is the second lecture of 6th week for the course Applied Mathematics 2. So first of all, to revise the topic, linear differential equation of order 1, first order linear differential equation. This is one of the important class of differential equations whose standard form has a frequent occurrence and practical applications. The first order linear differential equation in dependent variable y and in the independent variable x, usually written in its standard form is dy by dx plus p of x y is equal to q of x. This is equation number 1. On expressing this equation number 1 in the form of m dx plus n dy is equal to 0, where m is the function of xy, n is also function of x and y, we have p of x y minus q of x into dx plus dy is equal to 0. Now here in this equation, the m term is equal to p of xy minus q of x and n is equal to 1. So to check whether this differential equation is exact or non-exact, taking the partial derivative of m with respect to y. So the partial derivative of m with respect to y is equal to p of x and derivative of y with respect to y minus derivative of q with respect to y. But since this is the function of x, so the derivative of this function with respect to y will be 0, and the derivative of y with respect to y is equal to 1. So partial m by partial y is equal to p of x, and this implies that partial m by partial y is equal to p of x. And now the partial derivative of n with respect to x, since n is equal to 1, so the partial derivative of n with respect to x will be equal to 0. Now dear students, since we have already learned about the exact differential equation, that a differential equation will be exact and if the partial derivative of m with respect to y is equal to partial derivative of n with respect to x. But here partial derivative of m with respect to y does not equal to partial derivative of n with respect to x. So the equation number 1 is actually a non-exact differential equation. We proceed to solve it by making its left hand side an exact differential, multiplying by a suitable integral factor, say lambda of x, which is taken as a function of x along, and obtain lambda of x dy by dx plus lambda of y p of x is equal to y. Lambda of x p of x into y is equal to lambda x q. This is equation number 2. So dear students, note that the linear differential equation of first order actually a non-exact differential equation. So first of all, we have to find an integral factor, then multiplying the integral factor to this equation number 1, we obtain an exact differential equation. Now the lambda x dy by dx suggests that the left hand side of equation 2 can be obtained by differentiating the product lambda of x y. Hence we take lambda of x dy by dx plus lambda of x p of x y is equal to the derivative of this left hand side is equal to the derivative of the product of integral factor and y. The product of integral factor and y. This is the left hand side of this equation number 2. So the derivative of lambda dot y is equal to lambda of x dy by dx plus lambda of y p of x y. Now this implies that this derivative of the derivative of lambda x is equal to lambda x p of x. Now separating the variable, we obtain 1 over lambda x d of x is equal to p of x d of x, and integrating them we obtain integration of 1 over lambda x d of lambda is equal to integration of p of x dx, and the integration of this function is lambda log of lambda x is equal to integration of p of x with respect to x. So the integral factor is lambda of x is equal to e power integration of p of x with respect to x. Hence integration power e power integration of p of x with respect to x, e power integration of p function with respect to x is an integrating factor of equation number 1. On multiplying both sides of equation 1 by this integrating factor, we obtain e power integration of p function with respect to x dy by dx plus p of x into y e power p of x dx is equal to q of x e power integration of p of x with respect to x, that is d by dx into y e power integration of p function with respect to x, and this is equal to q function q of x e power integration of p function with respect to x, and integrating this equation we get y e power integration p of x with respect to x is equal to integration into q of x e power integration of p of x with respect to x into dx plus c. So the general solution of equation number 1 is this is the integral factor. Integral factor multiplied dependent variable is equal to integration of the product of integral factor and the q function with respect to x plus c. Now dear students, this point is very important. If the differential equation dx by dy plus p of x into x is equal to q of x q of y, if the linear differential equation of first order is in this form, dx by dy plus p of y into x is equal to q of y, then x will be dependent and y will be independent, and p and q are the function of y. Then the integral factor will be e power integration of p of y with respect to y, and the solution will be dependent variable x multiplied integral factor is equal to integration of the product of q function and integral factor with respect to y plus c. Now let's move on an example. Suppose we have a first order linear differential equation x into dy by dx plus y into plus c plus y is equal to 1. So the solution for this differential equation x into dy by dx plus y into plus y is equal to 1. So both sides, divide both sides of this equation by x to convert this differential equation into the standard form of first order differential equation. We obtain dy by dx plus y by x is equal to 1 over x, and this equation can be written as dy by dx plus 1 over x, taking y common from these two terms, is equal to 1 over x, and comparing this equation to the standard form of linear differential equation of first order. This is the first order linear differential equation dy by dx plus p of x into y is equal to q of x. So in this equation, this is the p function and this is the q function. Now first of all, find the integral factor. The integral factor formula is e power integration of p function with respect to x. If p is the function of x, if y is a dependent variable, then p will be the function of x. So to find the integral factor, e power integration of p function, this is the p function, 1 plus 1 over x with respect to x. Now integral factor is equal to e power integration of 1 plus integration of 1 over x dx. E power integration of 1 plus integration of 1 over x dx, and this implies that the integration of 1 is x and the integration of 1 over x is log x. So the integral factor now can be written as e power x dot e power natural log of x, and this implies that x e power x. So this is the integral factor. Now to find the solution of the given differential equation, dependent variable y multiplied integral factor is equal to integration of the product of q function and integral factor. This is the q function in the equation. In this equation, this is the q function. So q function 1 over x multiplied integral factor, this is the integral factor. Now x and x cancel, so the integration of the exponential function is it is plus c. So y x e power x, x e power x is the integral factor. So y into x e power x is equal to e power x plus c. And this is solution now can be written as y x e power x minus e power x is equal to c, and taking common e power x, y x minus 1 into e power x is equal to c. This is the general solution of the given differential equation. Now another example to solve an initial value problem. dy by dx plus e power x divided by 1 plus ex into y minus 3 e power x into 1 plus e power x is equal to 0. And this equation, with this equation there is a condition for x is equal to 0, y is equal to 4. This is called initial value problem. So at the end, when we obtain the general solution of this differential equation, in the general solution of the differential equation we obtain arbitrary constant. So arbitrary constant c. So to find the value of that arbitrary constant, we use these condition. We use this condition, x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 4. So putting x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 4 in the general solution, we obtain the value of the arbitrary constant, which will be appear in the solution of this differential equation. Now first of all, to solve this differential equation, so convert this differential equation into the standard form of first order linear differential equation. This differential equation can be written as dy by dx plus e power x divided by 1 plus e power x into y is equal to, shift this term to the right hand side of the equation, or simple we can say that adding 3 e power x into 1 plus e power x on both sides, we obtain dy by dx plus e power x divided by 1 plus e power x into y is equal to 3 e power x into 1 plus e power x. Now this is the p function and this is the q function. So first of all, find the integral factor, e power integration of p function with respect to x. Since in this differential equation y is dependent, so p function will be the function of x. So the integral factor e power integration of e power x divided by 1 plus e power x, since this is the p function. Now the integral factor is equal to e power natural log of 1 plus e power x, and this implies that the integral factor is equal to 1 plus e power x. Now to find the solution of the given differential equation, dependent variable y multiplied integral factor is equal to integration of the product of q function and integral factor with respect to x plus c. So putting the integral factor here in the left hand side, now putting the integral factor in the right hand side, and this is the q function 3 e power x into 1 plus e power x into, and this is the integral factor. Now we have 1 plus e power x whole square and e power x, 3 is the constant. So the integration of these two terms using the rule, we know that if this function is the derivative of this function, then we add 1 to the power and add 1 to the power at the denominator, we obtain the integration. So 3 1 plus e power x 2 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1, 3 into 1 plus e power x whole power 2 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1 plus c. Now 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, so 3 cancel. So we obtain y into 1 plus e power x is equal to 1 plus e power x whole cube plus c. Now dividing both sides by 1 plus e power x, we obtain y is equal to 1 plus e power x whole square plus c divided by 1 plus e power x. Now putting the value of x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 4, which is given with the given differential equation. Now putting these values, we obtain 4. This is the y value of y. Value of y is 4 is equal to 1 plus 1. X value 0, e power 0 is equal to 1 plus c divided by 1 plus 1. And 1 plus 1 2 square is equal to 4. 4 and 4 cancel. So we obtain c by 2 is equal to 0, which implies that c is equal to 0. Now putting this value of c in this general solution, we obtain the solution y is equal to 1 plus e power x whole square. Now equation reducible to linear form, and this is called Bernoulli equation, which we have already discussed in the previous lecture. But now today I want to revise the topic with some problems for practice. The differential equation dy by dx plus p of y is equal to q y power n. In this equation, p and q are the function of x alone, and n is any real numbers 0 and 1, and n will be greater than 1. In this equation known as Bernoulli equation, after Swiss mathematician Jacobi Bernoulli 1654 to 1705. This equation is nonlinear, but it can be transformed to linear form by suitable substitution, and then the solution is obtained by the usual method of solving a linear equation. So dear students, in this equation, if we put n is equal to 0, equation 1 reduced to the first order linear differential equation in the standard form. When n is equal to 1, it become dy by dx plus p of x minus q of x into y is equal to 0, which is a separable equation and hence can be solved. In order to solve equation number 1, we divide both sides of x by y power n and get y power minus n dy by dx plus p y power 1 minus n is equal to q function, and this is equation number 2. Now put y power 1 minus n is equal to v, where n does not equal to 0 and 1. Then on differentiating with respect to x, we obtain derivative of y power 1 minus n is equal to dv by dx, and this implies that by power rule we obtain 1 minus n y power minus n dy by dx is equal to dv by dx. So y power minus n dy by dx is equal to 1 over 1 minus n d by dx, and now substituting this value in this equation number 2, we obtain a new differential equation in the dependent variable v and an independent variable x. 1 over 1 minus n dv by dx plus pv is equal to q. Now dear students, this differential equation will be a linear. After simplification, we obtain the standard form of linear differential equation dy by dx dv by dx plus 1 minus n pv is equal to 1 minus n q function, which is a linear function with v as dependent variable and can be solved for v by the method already discussed. Finally, replacement of v by y power 1 minus n will lead to a solution of equation number 1. Now let's move for example x dy by dx plus y is equal to y square natural log of x. So this is the Bernoulli equation. Now divide the given equation by x y power 2 to transform this differential equation into a linear differential equation. We obtain after dividing xy power 2 and after using some suitable substitution, this equation will be converted into a linear differential equation. Now dividing both sides of this equation x y power 2, we obtain 1 over y square dy by dx plus 1 over x dot 1 over y is equal to 1 over x natural log of x. This is equation number A. Now putting 1 over y is equal to v, differentiating with respect to x, we obtain d by dx y power minus 1 is equal to dv by dx, which implies that minus y power minus 2 using power rule minus 1 into y power minus 2 and again derivative of the base dy by dx is equal to dv by dx, and this left hand side expression now can be written as 1 over y square dot dy by dx is equal to minus dv by dx. Substituting this value in the equation number A, in this equation number A, we obtain minus dv by dx plus 1 over x dot v is equal to 1 over x natural log of x, and this equation can be written as dv by dx minus 1 over x dot v is equal to minus 1 over x natural log of x, and this equation is linear in the dependent variable v. So to find the integral factor, dear students, note that this is the standard form. Dv by dx plus p minus 1 over x represent the p function and minus 1 over x log of x represent the q function. So the integral factor is equal to e power integration of p function, e power integration of minus 1 over x dx, and the integration of this term is equal to e power minus natural log of x, which can be written as e power log of x power minus 1, and this is equal to 1 over x. So this is the integral factor. Now to find the solution for this new differential equation. In this new differential equation, v is dependent and x is independent. So for the solution, multiply the integral factor to the dependent variable v in the left hand side. Integral factor multiplied v is equal to integration of the product of q function and integral factor with respect to x. Integral factor is also function of x and q is also function of x. So we take the integration of this product with respect to x plus c. Now putting the integral factor 1 over x, putting the integral factor is 1 over x, and the q function is minus 1 over x natural log of x, and this expression can be written as minus 1 over x square natural log of x, and this implies that y by x is equal to minus natural log of x power minus 2 natural log of x dx plus c. V by x, this implies that v by x is equal to minus natural log of, shift this x power 2 to the numerator, x power minus 2 natural log of x with respect to x plus c. Now integrating by parts, using by parts formula to obtain the integration of this product, we obtain 1 over xy is equal to minus natural log of x first integration of second plus whole integration derivative of first integration of second plus c. So this is equal to minus natural log of x power minus 1 divided by minus 1 plus integration of 1 over x multiplied the derivative of log x is equal to 1 over x and the integration of x power minus 2 is now x power minus 1 divided by minus 1, and this is the dx operator for this whole integration plus c. Now 1 over xy is equal to 1 over x natural log of x, this minus or minus plus x power minus 1 can be written as 1 over x and log of x minus after simplifications we obtain x power minus 2, shift this x to the denominator, we obtain x power minus 1, x power minus 1 and x power minus 1 multiplied is equal to x power minus 2, and the integration of this term is now x power minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1. So the solution now can be written as 1 over xy is equal to 1 over x natural log of x minus x power minus 1 divided by minus 1 plus c, and this implies that 1 over xy is equal to 1 over x natural log of x plus 1 over x plus c. Now let's move for another example to solve this initial value problem. Dy by dx plus y by 2x is equal to xy by 3, and with this equation, this is the given condition. At x is equal to 1, the value of y is 2. We will use this value at the end in the solution. The solution is a general solution, and the general solution have an arbitrary constant c. So to find the value of c, we will use this condition at the end when we obtain the solution of this differential equation. So first of all, to find the solution of this differential equation, multiplying the given equation by y power 3, we obtain y power 3 dy by dx plus 1 over 2x multiplied y power 4 is equal to x. And now let y power 4 is equal to v, which implies that d by dx y power 4 is equal to dv by dx, and this can be written as by power rule y power 3 and again derivative of the base dy by dx is equal to dv by dx, and this implies that y power cube y power 3 dy by dx is equal to 1 over 4 dv by dx, and now 1 over 4 dv by dx plus 1 over 2xv is equal to x, multiplying both sides by 4. So the value of y power 3 dy by dx is equal to 1 over 4 dv by dx. So we obtain again in this equation, we obtain 1 over 4 dv by dx plus 1 over 2xv is equal to x, multiplying both sides by 4, we obtain dv by dx plus 2 by xv is equal to 4x, and this is the linear equation and dependent variable v. This is a linear differential equation and dependent variable v. So 2 by x is the p function and 4 multiplied x, 4x is the q function. So first of all, to find the integral factor by using the formula e power integration of p function, 2 by x is the p function, integration of 2 by x with respect to x, which implies that integral factor is equal to 2 e power 2 natural log of x, which can be written as e natural log of x square, and this implies that the integral factor is x square. Now to find the solution by using the formula dependent variable multiplied integral factor, in this equation v is a dependent variable, and dependent variable multiplied integral factor is equal to integration of the product of q function and integral factor with respect to x plus c. So 4x is the q function and x square is the integral factor. So 4x cube, we obtain x square y power 4 is equal to 4 integration of x cube, and the integration of x cube is x power 4 divided by 4. So this is the integration of x cube. So we obtain the general solution x square y power 4 is equal to 4 x power 4 divided by 4 plus c, and this solution can be written as 4 and 4 cancel, x square y power 4 is equal to x power 4 plus c. Now applying the given initial condition, at x is equal to 1 we obtain the value of y 2. At x is equal to 1 the value of y is 2. This is given with the equation, with the given equation. Now putting x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2 in this expression, 1 square mean 1 and y value 2 power 4 is equal to 16, and 16 is equal to, now x power 4 is equal to 1, the value of x is 1, so 16 is equal to 1 plus c, which implies that c is 15. Now putting this value of c in this general solution, we obtain x square y power 4 is equal to x power 4 plus 15. So dear students, in this lecture there are some problems for practice. Inshallah in the coming lecture we will discuss orthogonal trajectory. And now this is the end of this segment. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.